It has been more than a week since Britney Spears told a judge that she wanted the conservatorship over her life and her finances to end. But the pop star has yet to file a petition to end it. And as fans wait for that next move, a recent article in The New Yorker details how the conservatorship came to be in the first place, ultimately giving control of Spears' estate to her father, along with a team of lawyers. And joining us now is Nima Rahmani, a former federal prosecutor and president of the Southern California-based civil litigation firm West Coast Trial Lawyers. I appreciate your time tonight. This is a case that always gets a lot of attention. People are curious about the conservatorship and how it works. That New Yorker article points out that California requires conservatees be given 5 days notice before a conservatorship takes effect. This was waived in Britney's case. Why would that be?
Thanks for having me, Marnie. And again, this is a fascinating case for many reasons because it's so strange and bizarre. This is really unprecedented and unheard of under California law. I mean, you nailed it. You have a judge who waived the requirement. That judge has now since retired, and you have a conservatorship hearing that lasted no longer than 10 minutes. So everything that has happened has really been bizarre and something that you don't typically see. You do not see a young, successful woman like this to be under conservatorship. And not only be under conservatorship for so many years. We're headed into 13 years now. So really what we're dealing with is uncharted territory. And hopefully for Britney and her fans, her attorney files a petition and this conservatorship ends soon.
This article also suggests that out of concern for her mental health, those close to Britney stripped her of her rights in an under-regulated part of the system. So I'm wondering, are conservatorships or guardianships in other states under-regulated?
They really are under-regulated because you basically have an annual review by an investigator and that's it. But again, typically you don't require a review because someone who is under conservatorship is in a coma, is severely mentally ill, has special needs to the point that he can't or she can't take care of himself or herself. So again, you don't have conservatorships for folks like Britney Spears. So there doesn't generally need to be regulation because you don't have this very unique situation, really bizarre situation that's happening here. And no question she's dealing with psychiatric issues. We certainly don't have access to those medical records, but she's touched upon them, her psychotherapy and the fact that she's on lithium. But again, the mental health issues that she's described, without having access to those records is not sufficient for someone to be under conservatorship of both a person and her estate.
We've also learned that she called 911 the night before that latest hearing that's saying she was a victim of conservatorship abuse. She also told the judge those involved should be jailed for punishing her. Legally speaking, what rights does Britney Spears currently have under this arrangement?
So for the first time last week and during that 911 call, which we still don't have access to because it's subject to an investigation, we are hearing that Britney no longer wants to be under conservatorship. Previously, what we heard 2 years ago was that really we didn't hear any objection to the conservatorship, just who the conservator was. She didn't want her father to be her conservator anymore, and he was removed as conservator of her person. He's still conservator of her estate or her finances. The rights that she has and what should happen, Marnie, is for her to petition the court to dissolve this conservatorship. Her attorney, Sam Ingham, should file this petition, and I fully expect it to be granted. The only issue is not if, but when, and whether the court will grant it without her being reevaluated. She wants to expedite things. The court may order another psychological evaluation before that petition is granted. But I'm surprised it's been more than a week and that petition still hasn't been filed yet.
And that's up to her attorney to file.
That's correct. And her attorney has been her attorney since 2008. And there's a lot of folks who are concerned about how much she's being paid. And there's clearly a disconnect. And we saw that at the hearing on Wednesday, the 23rd, where Britney says for the first time that I didn't know that I could end this conservatorship. And her attorney says, well, my client of 13 years never told me she wants the conservatorship to end. So you have this really strange communication, or clearly lack of communication, between attorney and client, which is part of the problem here.
And the calls for free Britney continue to escalate. We appreciate your time. Nima Rahmani, thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Coming up.